let's imagine what life was before internet. Let's just think about it. How was life before internet? And how was life during the time of internet now? Now, for example, when the internet came, there was a whole lot of discussions and debate and discussions and debate. And some are against, some are in support. And look at different positions of the people. Some that were against are saying that internet will make people dumb. Some are saying it's gonna make people to be fast enough, and so many others. Before calculator, there are different phases of calculators today, right? There's calculator that just have a basic thing, just only your basic functions. And there are some scientific, mathematical, there are now different kinds of calculators. But you ask yourself, these calculators, this internet, has it been able to make people lazy to learn, to calculate, to memorize, to be able to know calculus and so many others when in terms of reading and searching, getting access to information in terms of internet? And that is where others are saying, no, it's not going to make anything. It will bring efficiency, improve work, and all the rest of them. So today, the same thing today is what is also happening around AI. If you remember, the current phase of AI that we're in now started when ChatGPT came on board in November 2022. That is when this current phase of AI started. And since that time till today, there have been a lot of advancement and versions of AIs and all the rest of them. But the part, when you look at people that are in support and also people that are against, they will say, okay, fine, I'm against it, but let's also have that responsive use, ethical use. Because people that are against it are saying that it bridges academic integrity. It increases academic misconduct, intellectual redundancy, this, that. But people who are in support are saying, against all these things, what AI does that it brings efficiency, it brings improved work ability, right? Maybe that is where you are. Okay, fine. Now, before internet, you have your books at the library. You need to go to the library to read, to look at different textbooks. Everything is being printed. You glass through, for you to write your for you to read and write. You go and collect books, articles, printed ones. You put them together. I begin to page from one page to another, highlighting, copying, and everything, paraphrasing, highlighting what important points from that very book. But today now, that those books that are there, which you need to collect, they are all available over the internet. Doing a way that instead of you walking to the library to access those books, you have your library in your laptop, in your desktop, in your computer, your iPad, your digital device to do whatever you want to do and have the same access to those printed materials. It saves you time, it gives you comfort, and so many other things. And now those articles are online. like like here, let me share my screen. I want to share my screen. I don't know. Is it the one I want to share? No. Just wait. Let me get the one I want to share. Yeah. Yes. Okay. This is what I want to share. Okay, now this is our typical Google search engine, right? Let's through this Google search engine, we can say for argument's sake, let's say I'm working on a topic that says the impacts of Gen AI on students in higher education. Let's leave this first phase. Now, actually, I'm looking for articles, right? I can see this one from Science Direct, impact of generative AI on higher education learning. Okay, this first article um falls in line to what I'm trying to do, right? This topic, right? This one from Telan Francis, it also within it. This one from ACM Digital Library is still part of it, and on that and others, right? So these are different kinds of articles that are related to the to my prompt. Great. I can use any of these. I can open any of this, and then I can still find something that relates to the impact of Gen AI on students in higher education. Now, and okay, it's okay, fine. Let's take it a little bit further to restrict this search to all articles. What I'm gonna do here, I will end it with PDF. When I end it with PDF, what it's gonna do is this for me is to give me only articles that is going to give me only articles that only documents, sorry, that are scientific in nature, including reports, organizational report, government reports, and all that and all that. Okay, let me do it this way. So you can see what is giving me as well. You can see what is giving me. All these things are different kinds of PDFs, documents that speaks directly to what I'm doing. Now I can open any of them and begin to read. Okay, this one, does it fall in? It falls into what I'm trying to do. I download. And then this one, does it fall in into what I'm trying to do? Well, if it falls into what I'm trying to do, if it fits in, I download. And then I do them over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over till I download as many, and I keep on reading, I keep on studying. Great. But what AI today is doing for us is that instead of you reading, going through this search engine, through all these articles, one after the other, trying to identify the ones that are um the one that fits into what you are writing, it eliminates that. It takes you straight to what? A summarize. It writes it for you. Remember, after you have seen all this, after you download each of these articles and you have read them, you need to write. You need to write from them, right? You need to build your argument. You need to write from them. Paraphrasing literally from each of them. But what AI is saying to you is that no, don't waste your time trying to browse through all these articles. I can do that for you. I can summarize all these articles, whatever that is, everything about them that fits into 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 headings, subheadings, or into paragraphs. Let's put it that way, into paragraphs. And there are different AIs that you can use. Some are generic in structure, in format. Some are told to academic needs. So now let's look at this. One of them that you know this, right? And I said, okay, fine. Let's use this to build our to build our argument based on what we are talking about now. What do? We log into our Lucid. Just hold on. Okay, guys, I'm still here. Okay. Okay. Let me go back. What am I? I'm trying to share my screen again. Guys, are you still there?
Yes,
Yes,
Prof. We're
yeah,
still
Okay.
here.
still here.
Okay. I'm trying to share my screen. I think this is the one. Okay. So this is where I am right now. So when you log into this, you see things like this. It gives you different options um to pay for it and paid versions and stuff like that. Okay. But this is not a paid version. So um just an open version that I'm using that I'm using. So now let's do it. So now you type in into this, because remember we're trying to get the impact of Gen AI. So what is going to happen here? And I say to this, okay, draft me, draft a literature on this topic in let's be actual, in one, let's say 2 paragraphs. Then I say let me search. Now it's going to go through this process, and there is another one that is invoked, lip. I don't know if you have seen it. Lip space is from a savior. It's not the same like licit. Okay, let's go back to this. Now look at what it has given me. Right now, look at what it has given me with citation. These are all real citations, not fabricated citations. These are all real citations. Remember, I say into 2 paragraphs, and if I didn't specify, it can build it as into an article or whatever, and then it gives me this. Very important. I don't need to struggle to read more on this. It has given it to me. But ethical use comes in, that I don't need to copy this and paste into Word document. If I copy it and paste into Word document, automatically it's going to read AI, and that is true. But the ethical part of it is that when it has given it to you this way, and you have opened your Word document, you open your Word document, You don't need to. I see my Word document.
No.
No.
Okay.
No, no.
I think it disappeared. Yeah. Yeah. What I can advise you, depending on how you want to do it, whether you want to share your screen and then work on both ends, or you just do what I just did now by copying it to Word document and then you paraphrase it from here. You decide. Now, in this case right now, it says what? A quick search. Remember, it's telling you now a quick search of a recent review and student studies suggests a mostly positive, but clearly what? Um, across blah blah blah, and then it says Gen I in higher education is described as supporting personalized blah 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 blah, and then it go on and on and on and on, and then it stops. It's into teaching, and another report that blah blah. Blah. Now this is a typical example of it's giving you a holistic idea what it has found. If whatever it was found you are not sufficient, it's not giving you. What you simply do is to change your prompt. As soon as you change your prompt, you still continue to generate more accurate to what you need. But that does not end there. But let's just look at what we have. Let's assume that what we have makes sense. And remember, we're talking about the impact. Now, what I can what the way I look at it, that you can now build your your writing from this. You can now start doing your writing from this instead of reading every all those articles that was profiled for you before. Fine, you build your argument from here, because what I've realized is this, that people, when you copy this and paste it in Word and submit, and then it shows 99% or even 78% AI. Now it takes you another time for you to reward back towards fixing this. And remember, even when you use paraphrasing tools and you put it on Turnitin, it will still show that what you have is AI. Because today, AI works in Turnitin that the university uses works in two parts. It gives you the AI written part, and also gives you the paraphrasing part, that this thing was paraphrased by what? AI. Are you following? So to avoid this, what you simply do is to use what you have from that AI that you have used, the one that is suitable for you, and then that have helped you to summarize different articles together and give you references that are genuine, not cooked up references. If you look at all these references, they are all genuine. You can track them on Google, what I call it, Scholar. It's gonna be there. Let's take this first one. You put it on Google Scholar to show the accuracy of it. It's going to appear on Google Scholar to show that this thing is not a fabricated reference. Look at it. It's there on Google Scholar. It's free. So now, so what I believe anyone that wants is to be able to do what? To paraphrase and begin to build your argument from here, and then quoting it, because here it shows you where it's taken here. So mean that this section to where I think, yeah, here to here was taken from these two articles. Remember, if you click here, it's gonna show there are two. This this is the systematic review, and then student uh voices on this. So these are two papers that this summary came from, and then you begin to do what, depend on how you write your things. For example, if we start from here, for argument's sake, let's say we start from here. It's okay, fine. How do we start this thing? It's okay. Let's begin by, in higher education, Gen AI is seen as a tool that supports quick feedback, academic writing, quick academic write, quick student feedback, academic writing, personalized learning and teaching. Okay, teaching and learning process. And okay, let me stop here, guys. Let's look at what I have. In higher education, blah blah blah, is seen as all these things, a tool that supports quick student feedback. Here is what, automated what, feedback. Here is what, this. Here is what, personalized learning. And there are other phrases you can use that pertains to this. When one reads this thing and reads, someone can, okay, they're making sense, but not as exactly as this tool gave it us, and that is it. Guys, are we following?
Yes, Prof. I
So
have a few questions after you.
okay, yeah, please.
Okay, Prof. Okay, understood. So now, if I've been following properly, okay, let's start. This tool here.
Mm.
Can we use our personal email accounts to have access to it?
Yes.
Okay. Then, okay. So you've searched one topic there, Prof. So I want to find out now. So since the topic has done most of the work, how do you go about challenging the work that's been provided by this tool here? Because now it has summarized some of the articles that are available, readily available on the Google Scholar and other platforms.
Mm.
So how do you go about trying to challenge it in a way that it doesn't seem like we're fully reliant on the AI tool itself?
Okay. Remember, I started by saying that AI is here with us. It's just a matter
Yeah.
of use it ethically.
Yes.
Now, nobody expects you to go to library to go and read textbooks, books from library for you to write your paper. That is no longer expectation from you. But you use the internet to source out every material, and then you're able to provide the relevant sources and all the rest of them, right? So what AI have done for you, that instead of you reading 10 articles, it gives you those 10 articles, and give you the summary of what you are looking for. Prompting it to give it to you if it is there. If it's not there, it can still tell no, that whatever you're looking for is not in that article. You move on. But let's assume that all the articles you are looking for, they contain what you need. So I don't know what you mean by challenging that.
So
Because because be, sorry, because by by you as a person rewriting it in your own way, automatically you are challenging what is there to put it in your own understanding, not as it gave it to you, but acknowledging the source.
Prof, sorry, they tried to call me. It just killed my whole system. Okay, so I was saying that okay, the information there, it's readily available. Perfect. Then now, if we are to go and document our assignments, assessments, research topics now, I'm a bit concerned that how are we going to try and document everything in a sense that it doesn't reflect AI usage of over, let's say, 25%. Making an example, because you also informed us that even the paraphrasing tools are also being captured, as well as the AI usage of all documents that you've tried to go through. How do we not necessarily dodge, but how do we try and minimize AI detection on most of
Okay.
these
The,
articles? Yes.
the the only way to minimize it is for you to paraphrase it in your own way, like as I'm doing here.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if you copy this, you paste it, and you run it for a turn it in, it's gonna show 100%. But I know that sometimes turn it in can misbehave. For example, it can misbehave. But if you run these two, peradventure this part, where you paraphrase will not show AI. So this section is your original work. That section is not your original work. So in order for you to use it ethically, is for you to paraphrase it and then acknowledge the source, because this tool gave you where this thing was taken from. And if you click any of them, it's still gonna show you it was taken from somewhere here, and somewhere here. This is where it was taken from, these sections of the document. So what it have done is that it have eliminated that exercise of you searching through other means of what I call it, articles, to give you exactly, look at what you're looking for. Don't search, don't read everything. I know there are other tools, but we're just using this one as for illustration. There are other tools, but whichever tools you're using, what is very important is that don't copy and paste. The same way you can't get this article online, right? And then copy whatever that you see about this article and put it in your document. It's still gonna show what that you copied from this person, these two authors. But when you have read it and then you're able to read this section of this, and then they make sense to what you are doing, what do? You paraphrase it in your own way, right? That is your own. Then you acknowledge the source of where you got that which you are paraphrased. That is academic writing. You don't put it as it is, but you have taken it, you have redefined it in your own way, paraphrased it in your own way, but acknowledging this was taken from here. Case closed. In the same manner, when this AI enables you to summarize these articles, you don't need to take them as it is, and then paste in your work. Because I know today, if you take this article and some other articles again that is linked to, let's say you go on Google Scholar, you get all these articles, you download them and put them on ChatGPT. I know, and you ask ChatGPT to summarize this article. based on the prompt. It's still going to summarize it for you, right? But don't copy it and paste it into your document because it is not yours. You have not affected any changes to it. You have not done anything. What you need to do is for you to do what? Take it and then rewrite it in your own way. Because when you are writing it now you are no longer copying up. You're now reading it and then making sense constructively to fit into what you are doing. Then your learning is taking place. Remember, when you copy it and paste, there's no learning there. But when you paraphrase it along the line, the way you can read from article, the way you can read it from here, you minimize your screen here and begin to read it, and then okay, taking the part that fits into what you are doing, and then you walk along and then you continue writing. The same way that this AI have given to you in summary of that case close. That is what I think should be the best approach to take it. Guys, I don't know if I'm making sense. Because I have seen people's work, students' work, when you run it, it speaks something so high. Meaning that what this person think that, oh, because it's given to me by AI, I should it gave it to me by AI, then they take it to the next level and then put it into their word document and submit. And then sometimes, remember, if we take this thing now and go to ChatGPT and put that topic on ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to do some some basic writing for us on this. ChatGPT is gonna do it perfectly well. But now it's not going to it's not going to it's gonna do it's gonna do it well. But sometimes this is what I've seen, what I've realized, that you find out that the connection between paragraph and sentences may be disjointed. That this person took this thing from someone without making any change, because when you read the first paragraph, second paragraph, they are not aligning. So what do you do is to do what? Okay, let's what do you do to do what? To read it and then paraphrase to fit into where they belong. And then look at what ChatGPT is giving me. It's giving me a whole a mini study on these headings and everything. But here, and it's also providing citations here and there, which are, some of them can be relevant to what you're talking about, and they may not be relevant. This is a general, but if I say, okay, give me this thing in in 2-3 paragraphs, it's still gonna give it to me in those 2-3 paragraphs. So what I'm trying to say, guys, is that don't take what it has given to you here and then go and submit. It's gonna show AI. Let's see what it's gonna give here. You see, because I've asked it to give it to me in this particular order. So let's learn how to, the same way one can make mistake in searching of article on Google Scholar using the wrong keywords. It's gonna give you the wrong articles. So also, when you do these things on AI, use the right prompts. That is why today prompt engineering has become one of the essential part of a IT course, because prompt engineering is very important for you to get anything on, even on generative AIs. Okay, look at in these 2 paragraphs graphs what it has given to me, and look at the references. So now whatever you do here, don't copy this because this is relevant to what you're asking for perfectly well. When you read it, they are perfectly okay, but don't go and copy it and paste it. And let's try to see if these things are also on Google Scholar, the references. Because I know sometimes this part of it is hallucination, but this is perfect. It's on Google Scholar. Mean what? It's original. It gives you real reference citation, but you don't copy it and paste. You paraphrase it in your own way, because the warning is this: if you take this and put it there, and it shows that the time is gonna take you to rework to reduce it to rework it back to the normal percentage, is enough for you to rewrite it in your own way. I don't know if I'm making sense from the beginning. The amount of time it's gonna take you to write this, if you run it on Turnitin or any of those detectors, you're gonna write it again. That amount of time is gonna take you to write it again to reduce the percentage to a certain percentage. It's enough for you to write this thing from scratch, looking at taking this right now, write it, and then put references where it belongs to. That is where the learning takes place, than for you to rely purely on AI. It gives it to you, you take it, you put it without even looking at the sentence construction, whether it matches to what you are asking it to do, to what you are writing on or not. You just copy and paste. That is what is beginning to emerge, that people go and copy and paste without even looking at what this thing gave to them. Does it even align to what they want? So that is it. Any question, guys?
Okay, Prof. Yes, I do have another question.
Okay.
Uh, so that other tool there, and because I saw there's a trial version. Do you need to pay for that other tool?
You mean
Is
the
it
list,
paid?
the,
Or
the
what? Prof?
lives, the live space?
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Look at how much. But now they have a 7 days trial this thing,
Aye.
which is free. But
Okay.
remember, this one is owned by a savior. You know a savior, right?
No.
A savior. A savior is one of the big the highest the one of the leading publishers of academic this thing. Like they own Scopus, they own all those things. So this is from them.
Okay.
A savior Scopus is owned by a savior and all the rest of them. So this is their own AI for academians. Yeah. So yeah, the price is is something
Uh,
is very high. Monthly is 32 USD. Mm. Yeah. So but both of them works the same way actually. This one gives you, it's also a paid version. There's a paid version if you wanted to give it to you in a report, in a literature review and everything. In a literature format, still is gonna give it to you. But at the end of the day, what matters is that how you apply it now is what matters. Irrespective of the one you are using, whether you're using this one or other ones, is how you apply it now is what makes it different. Okay. Any other question before we call it a day? Okay. If there are no questions, so this is what I wanted to, because before you move into your writings and everything, you need to be able to know this thing. I advise you get those ideas and build from it from scratch in your own way, so that you don't end up writing a whole lot of document, um a whole document. But when you run it on Turnitin or any of this, it shows that this was AI written or paraphrased by AI. But if you can be able to do it as I just illustrated, believe me, it's gonna be original, your work, because you didn't use AI to write it, but AI did what your search engine can do for you. Your search engine gives you different list of where to read, right? But this one gives you a summary of all those documents and give you something that is more accurate, summarized, without you going to read the different kinds of them. You can read more. So whichever one you are using, always write in your own text so that it can be original. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah. Uh, Prof, are you saying that? Sorry, these tools actually help us to save time of searching documents. Instead, it gives us the leisure to focus more on writing instead of searching.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It limits that time of searching longly to yeah. You put it well. That is what AI does actually.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
Prof,
you.
before
Okay.
you hang up, sorry, I don't know if you managed to upload the slides from the previous lecture we had last week. I don't know if you.
Yeah, yeah. I've done that.
Okay.
I've done that. Okay, guys. Have a lovely day. Please impart